Right, so a quick recap here of gold, We came back down, we touched the ascending perfectly. Really nice close. Since then, we're sort of going sideways, but we're holding this sort of 3,170, this one zone that I didn't think would be the strongest zone of support. I thought it'd either be 3,200 or the ascending. Obviously, the ascending stronger, but we've been holding since bouncing off then this sort of zone on an open close basis. But as long as we don't breach this 3,120, a close below that would really indicate a flush lower, at least here first, 2,960, and then lower. But for now, we're holding, and until we close either below 3,170 or 3,100 and whatever you want to call this, 20, or if we close above this little zone here, and I think that's what's going to happen, 3,200 and let's call it 60 just to be sure, the last couple of highs there. And then bam, resistance is going to be this descending. So we're in a bit of a holding pattern, consolidating sideways. And the trend is your friend, the trend is up, right? So small advantage to the bulls. And I am positioned, honestly, I'm pretty heavy in especially the senior gold miners. If we go lower, I'm going to be adding to silver. If we go lower, I'll add to all of them. I'll add to gold too. I've got lots of sidelines, but I'm positioned pretty heavy in the gold seniors, and I would love a breakout. And I think that's what's going to happen. Silver, on the other hand, is lagging as it's been doing for a while, but it's got a similar sort of holding pattern. And you can tell, obviously, a close below 31.70 on a daily basis, we go straight away lower, probably below 31. But otherwise, a close above, this sort of the highs of these candles, 32, let's call it 70 to be sure, especially if we close above this descending and we're going to go catapulting a bit higher. And then things look really, really nice. And then it might be time to chase silver because gold will probably go test its old highs and silver's going to have to run up quite a lot. And I just feel like silver's ready to outperform. And if it does, we're very quickly in the 33.70, 34 zone. And that's basically absolute breakout zone. So I think I think the next breakout in gold could be very significant. I mean, gold make new highs probably, but for silver, and I'm positioned actually in gold more than silver. Silver, I've got medium holdings across the board, even though they're real cheap. I just got medium holdings, but gold I'm heavy at the moment. The miners look real good. Yesterday's close was nice, starting off with GDXJ. Look at that close, a high of day. We've bounced, right, just like gold. Makes sense. I've got sort of these two zones, one here, sort of in between the candles, and one at the high. I was just looking yesterday how much of a move to get back up here, which we would do if gold starts to really run. Because I'm heavy. I was wondering how much I could make. GDXJ, that looks nice. GDX, very, very similar, if not mistaken. Yeah, you've got that little gap fill too, I didn't add obviously for me, I've always got these sort of pre-gap, post-gap sort of zones. So obviously they would count on the way. But a nice move up to here, that really requires gold, making a huge move. If we go lower, all right, that's not in mind at the moment, but if we go lower, close below 45, and you start to run towards sending support, but then we'd have to look at gold. What's gold doing? Now, silver looks similar. The last couple of candles look similar. It's the same thing. You got a big move back up to its old sort of high here. Um, and support is closer, but at the moment I'm still optimistic that we move higher. And silver is so cheap. You look at some of these silver stocks. Oh yeah, SIL obviously looks better than SILJ, so it looks a bit more like GDX. So you can see, last couple of candles we've held, we've closed a high of day. That's why now I know gold's down a little bit so far in the morning, but if we start to go green by the open, you could start to see a nice move in GDX and SIL and the more junior ones, and then things look real, real nice. And if you look at the portfolio, Newmont looks just like GDX, close a high of day. That looks nice. Going for that gap. There's the pre-gap and the post-gap zone. Otherwise, the old high up here, and then the sort of 52-week high. Uh, Agnico. Agnico was a little bit weak actually yesterday, but I can always count on that one to perform when gold does, so I'm not really worried there. But really nice bounce on the ascending support. They all have very, very similar chart patterns, except Barrick. I mean, it's still sort of bounced on the ascending, but it was a bit weak. But I bought a lot down here actually, so now it's worth the same as the others. They're all heavy bags now. That's why this little move here, I felt it. which is nice. And this is a big move coming here. Close a high of day, just like the others, but a big move. I think it's like 7% or something for some of them. Yeah, 6, 7% for like the seniors now. So that's nice. And that's just to get back to that high there. It goes higher, huh? 52-week high is way high. Pan America came down so much. I love this stock. I'm heavy. This is my heaviest holding. So a move all the way back up there would be, I mean, that would take a lot, right? That would take gold at new highs, testing old highs, silver moving. But silver, Pan America is just such a strong silver stock. And you're buying it pretty cheap. You're not exactly buying a constantly making new all-time highs like a Gnico. So for me, Pan America, what a beast, what a buy. Wheaton, count on that one. Bounce before sending support, close a high of day. I got this little zone here before you hit the old sort of 52-week high period. I can count on that one. Even if gold doesn't move, I can count on that one, to be honest. Franco Nevada is starting to move like Wheaton consistently. Close a high of day. That one I'm counting on also. A pretty dependable stock at the moment. That's also got a nice move ahead of it to reach its old high, which you can count on if gold tests its old high. And I reckon some of these will be making new highs before gold does. So that's nice. Metalla, you can count on not counting on it. It's just I told you, right? I'm just holding. If it goes all the way down here, I add. Otherwise, it just hold and sell on the way up. But actually, I haven't been even selling 340, just holding that one. Now, Aris mining out of nowhere yesterday. Guess it's all high. This one's just been on fire. I'm just not adding to it. It hasn't come down enough. I've been adding to other gold stocks actually. So maybe I should have added to this one, but this one just looks set for 660. And to be honest, after 660, when I used to look at this one a few years ago, quite a few months ago, I'd always zoom out and dream a little bit, but I never looked above 660. I mean, I did as a joke because of this. It's ridiculous. But as soon as we hit 660, which could happen, I don't know, this week, it's time to do the ridiculous and zoom out. And I think when I was having fun, I did put in one or two trend lines. Yeah, this $10 zone, which is almost 100% where it is from now. That's crazy. So I'm holding this one. Honestly, if we go to 660, I'll trim something. If it breaks out even more, I'll just trim until I have zero because well, because I have to sell something if we break out. And yeah, I haven't really got a plan for that, but that's okay. That's making a lot of money. I am gold. Bounce, not a great close compared to the others, but it is a good company, good stock normally. So I added to I've got a medium slash heavy holding in I am gold. I am gold and Equinox. I don't consider them seniors like the others, but I consider them more reliable than the silver stock. So they're sort of in between both. But yeah, not the best day. We'll see. If gold starts to make new highs, I am gold will be picked up and thrown higher, so that's okay. Equinox, on the other hand, did do what I thought I am gold should do, like 3.5%, close a high of day. You've also got this sort of pre-gap. I'm not adding them all because they're clearly visible and I don't want to waste your time, but pre-gap, post-gap zones. B2 Gold actually doing quite good. Nice bounce there too. Closed pretty much a high of day. Where's the zone? It's probably around here actually, to be honest. Whatever, it's around here between 325, 320-ish. There's a little bit of a zone. We've already taken out $3. So you got this little stop off point before you go to the old high. That'll just follow gold. SBSW, but it's so hard to call these levels, always gapping up and down. Basically, let's see if we can close above 520. That looks okay. That looks pretty strong, huh? SBSW. That'll make new highs before gold and silver does. I'm not sure how much that's tied to the markets and other metals. It's just, I'm just holding this long term. I don't even need to cover it because I'm just always holding it. All right, now the silver stocks, First Majestic. Look at this. Look at this. This is normally I buy the hell out of this. It's just like not lower lows, technically higher lows, lower highs, but it's coiled. It's coiled in this pennant, and in a few days we're breaking out. Even if the metals do absolutely nothing, this thing has to move. And I think the bias to the upside, because look how low we are, and look how much silver is undervalued versus gold, etc., etc. So for me, close the high of day, such a small little move. Um, you really need silver to move here. 590, you can see it close above 590, and bam, straight away we test beyond six, but we'll be hitting this descending. You got to close above the descending line, or preferably, honestly, like this zone. That would be the zone you really want to close above. You got this little 590. If I really want to be tactical zoom in. Those are the levels I'm watching on the way up. On the way down, yeah, you don't want to close below this and etc. etc. Got to see what silver does, but for me, this one, if we start to move in silver, this one has so much upside, and it's great to trade actually. You sell the levels on the way up, and well, so far silver's always been coming down, but you don't want to sell too much because it could be Silver's day any moment, and this thing will shoot up like 100% probably very quickly. Fortuna came and bounced before its old support, close a high of day, looks good. This should be resistance. This should be, yeah, all those levels I agree with. You just need silver. So Fortuna still looks good. Didn't come anywhere near as low as the others. That had good news recently, so that's a good one. CDE, talking about good news recently, this one's a monster. You can see absolutely screamed higher, hit this resistance, whatever, came down not that much. It wants to go back up. I don't even know if it needs silver's permission, but if silver starts to go up, this thing will start screaming up towards $9 or something. Sometimes I zoom out just to see the other levels. This one, I'm not sure if I fully agree with it. I probably put it there for a reason. Yeah, it's really the descending though. Uh, let's see the descending. Why have I got that there? Yeah, look at that. Bam, bam, and then no doubt we start to run past 8. We're going to hit something here, and we close above that, and we start to really move double digits. This is a huge mover. This is back number one for me, CD. Absolutely love it. So you can see how, it hasn't even come down much since the good news, and forced to come down because, gold and silver came down. But a little close above this, like 750, close above 750, straight away you're at 780 next day. And you close above 785 and you're running past past 8. And you could do that without silver. But if silver starts to move, that will give the catalyst. So CDE looks really, really good. And also lots of levels on the way down, very easily identifiable. So CDE is very tradable and very bullish for me. Heckler, pretty weak after this bounce, but holding okay, to be honest. It's got to close about 520, then we can start to get back up here. But lots of resistance on the way up, so that one I'm not too optimistic on. It really needs silver to run. EXK is a bit like First Majestic. You got this coiled move. If you see what I mean, it's my favorite and most bullish chart pattern. Where you're sort of holding, you're not going to new lows, in fact, higher low, but you close above this, or especially to make sure it's done. The next horizontal resistance, like you close above 360, bam, normally. So, and then lots of levels. This one probably won't even count, to be honest, but I'll leave it in. So EXK nice and coiled. Mag Silver, a bit like CDE. Good news, came down, not too much, and also looking bullish. That close high of day wants to retest 19 and a close above that, off we run. So silver looks okay. Okay, the metal looks okay. Some silver stocks look really good, like the strong ones, CD and MAG after good news. The weak ones look good also, coiled, right? EXK, First Majestic. And then the other ones, what is it? Fortuna's strong, Heckler's a bit weak, but basically overall the silver stocks look good. That's why my holdings are medium, not light. They should be heavy, but I'm already real heavy in the gold stocks. So I'm heavy. My bags are heavy in the miners, and we haven't come down that much. The miners, gold even, gold come down more. So I could take a bit of a hit if gold fails to go back up. But if it goes back up, I will be making quite a bit of money and I'll be trimming that. So I'm watching this closely. All right. There's not too much action, like there are no crazy moves yet. There's no 3-4% day in gold. 4% is ridiculous. But one of those days is coming and I'm watching very attentively. Good luck out there.